There is no table that is getting I know what I was about to say.
You paused like we're about to give us one. Oh my god.
I know what I wanted to say, but I'm not going to say
Say it
it.
with your chest.
No.
Now.
So
Say it with your chest.
hi everyone.
Sup, people.
My voice came first. Oh
hell?
my god, I love it.
On serious elements, yeah. Sup, people. What's happening? What's good? How you're doing? Hope everyone is feeling okay.
Hi, everyone.
Everyone is rocking. Welcome.
Keep on rocking. Keep on rocking. Keep on rocking.
What we wine by any
It is.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Shirai Podcast, the show where we talk about music, pop culture, technology, and lifestyle from our lens as young Nigerians living in Nigeria by way of Canada. In Jesus'
In
name,
the mighty name of
welcome
Jesus.
to the show. My name is Akindari, your co-host, and joining me on the show today is
Jemima.
Can you let's say your name?
Welcome to the show, guys. It's Jemima. Thank you for joining us on another
don't mind that, Jerry.
episode.
We're a little wavy. Thank you guys for joining us today. As
Yeah.
always, we're coming to you live from Lagos on a Sunday, cloudy Sunday afternoon. But let's get into it. How's your
Let's
week been?
get into it.
What is wrong with this week?
Sorry.
Kilo shit.
I'm sorry. Okay. My week was good. Second week of leave, going strong, but work is knocking. It's seriously knocking on my door. But yeah, I've just been so good trying to like get into that. God, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember, but my week was great. How was your week?
Wow.
I can't remember right now. I just
Your
spaced
daddy's
out.
the school fees your daddy paid. He's crying right now.
I just spaced out.
Yeah,
I'm
you know.
sorry. How's your
But
week?
that's good. Do you know what there? Like I'll say on one hand, I'm kind of happy that like you had your leave and you like got to take up
Why
time
won't
off
see?
work. But on the other hand, I'm also happy that like you're going back and all the plenty work is going to come and shock you. Okay.
You're an up.
It's going to come and shock
You're
you.
an
You
up.
shook
You're
your
an
eye.
Opposition, yeah, opposition.
Because we're really flexing that leave on me. Like anytime I'm going to work, you'll be like,
But breaks are
work is
good.
stressing me.
Take
You'll be like,
breaks.
I can't relate.
Take breaks.
Fuck off, Joy. I'm not gonna take break. Me, don't worry. October will soon come. Okay? I think it's only you. Anyways, my own week was definitely better than the previous week. Work is still hectic, but I didn't have to go to the office, so yay me. And then going to Ghana very soon. So there's also that. Humble brag. Just ain't the passport even is staying over there. Sorry to
But it's just Ghana.
Okay.
Are you going?
What do you mean it's just Ghana?
It's just Ghana. It's literally.
What do you mean? It's not.
It's like 30 minutes
There
by
is
flight.
not just in. Okay, what do you mean?
But it's just Ghana there.
Ghana is a country.
Look,
of many
it's
millions
Ghana
of
there.
people.
See how I'm pointing.
Okay.
It's just there. It's just at the backyard.
Ghana that are saying just there. By independence.
It doesn't
Do you
matter.
know that?
I can drive.
You were
to,
in slavery. When colonialists.
I can drive to
for
Cameroon in like I can just get there. It's just behind.
What's the mean?
It's just behind
What's the
me.
mean? You don't go kidnap before.
But I've not been
Yes,
to
you
Ghana,
go drive,
Shao.
You've not even been.
I've not been to Ghana actually. I was just 18.
Nonsense.
Maybe I'll go to Ghana too.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
A little vacation time.
What are we talking about? Shit.
Okay, well, today we're talking about entitlement, right? Self-entitlement, self-centered people.
Tables are about to be shit.
I'm
Tables are
not
about to
shaking
be
any
shit.
table.
Yeah.
There is no table that is getting I know what I was about to say.
You paused like we're about to give us one. Oh my god.
I know what I wanted to say, but I'm not going to say
Say it
it.
with your chest.
No.
Now.
So
Say it with your chest, please.
tables are not going to be shaken.
There's a lie. You have time to think about it. You have time to correct yourself in your head.
I'm going to write the sentence in my head over and over again. But anyways, yeah, entitlement. So yeah, what's
What is it?
entitlement?
Well,
Wait, no, according to
I've opened the dictionary.
according to the dictionary, what does it say?
All right, the dictionary. So there are 3 definitions here.
3.
Okay.
There are some keywords.
Yes. The first one says the fact of having a right to something. So an example in which that would make sense is full entitlement to fees and maintenance should be offered, quote unquote. Right? Similar words include right, prerogative, claim, title, license, permission, dispensation. So basically, it's your right. You are entitled to something.
Yeah.
Right?
Like maybe you're paying for healthcare now.
And
so you work it, yeah.
You're paying for, you pay for a service, you're entitled to the service.
You're entitled to it, yeah.
The second definition is the amount to which a person has a right.
Okay.
So her annual leave entitlement. So those of you that work in places where they pay you when you go on annual leave.
Right.
So Jemima is one of those people because too much money. Texas, no more.
No, that's just like in a working company. Okay. You get paid.
So or like your salary, for example.
Yeah,
right?
that's your right.
Your entitlement.
I mean, you're working.
Okay. And then the last one, which I think is the most tied into what we're talking about today, or the angle we're talking about entitlement from on the show today, is the belief that one is inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. And the example sentence there is, no wonder your kids have a sense of entitlement. So this is you now just get this belief, say
I'm entitled to shit.
You deserve privileges or certain kinds of special treatments. So that is what entitlement
is about.
So those are the three definitions. But for this our conversation, I think this third one is the one that really
you're taking it from.
The punch.
I just remember as you're reading the definition, I just remembered like seeing things like on Twitter or like online where people say, I deserve to be taken out for dinner. 9 times out of 10 you don't deserve it. How do you know that you deserve it? What do you mean? I just tweeted I deserve.
What is the frame?
What do you mean by you deserve?
Okay.
Like a stranger should just come and say come for dinner because you deserve.
You get like what qualifies you? How do we measure this? Okay, how do we know who deserves what and who doesn't? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's where self-entitlement comes in. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Because like when you're self-entitled, like you feel like, oh, this thing is my right, even though it's not your right. Like, because we literally just went through 3 definitions where we talked about samples, where like your right is getting healthcare, your right is paying for a service and getting it, right? Your right is, your
human rights.
Yeah, exactly. Your human rights, your right to live, freedom of speech.
Nobody should force you to marry.
You understand?
Child.
All of that. So that's already baked into the system. That is your right. So you're entitled to. So you can fight against that. Like you're not. That's not self-entitlement. That's like eto eni. Yoruba is so sweet. Oh my god. Eto eni.
See, that's like eto eni. What?
But I think sometimes people don't know that they're self-entitled. What do you think?
Yeah. So the thing is, like I feel like self-entitlement can be like in 2 ways. One, there's the thing of like, oh, I deserve this thing, or the world owes me this thing, right? There's that. But I think also, and this second bit I think we don't talk about enough is, oh, the world is against me. Like when the self-entitlement is it's like, oh, you are putting forward this idea that like something affects you negatively, and it should not be affecting you negatively. Just because you are deserving, I guess. Like that person, right? Like, yeah. We tend to.
So that means you're thinking about yourself. I mean,
exactly. Like it's very self-entitled, right? But it's like
nobody else matters. Nothing else matters.
It's like, as far as like something is not working well for me or something is not going right for me, then fuck the world, is everybody else's fault, or is the world's fault, or the universe, my village people are after me, whatever, right? But at the end of the day, that might just be your allotted cycle of bad period or negative experience.
It can be just the life.
Because everybody, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's just life. That's just life happening. Like, everybody goes through this shit. Like, there's nobody, the most famous people, the most popular people, your celebrities, your politicians, nobody's life, top to down, is just going up. Like,
yeah.
Different. The only way different be say, my down different from your down.
How low can you go?
Buhari down, they different from your down. You get Bill Gates down, they different from Buhari down. You understand?
Yeah.
Everybody depends on their own context. You get, but I feel like we have so many people, and I think everybody at least knows one person that is this way, where like they're just like, oh, I have done what I can do or what I'm supposed to do, and if
So
things are
therefore-
not working for me, then it's because the world hates me, or my parents did not do enough, or my friends are fucking up, or do you get? It's always something or somebody else's, that is responsible for that negative thing they're experiencing. When on one hand, it could just be life is just happening as per usual, or sometimes it might even be that it's them that they are even like
They are the Abinga of the misfortune.
you.
They are the
Once
architect.
in a while,
They are the
English
architect of
degree,
their own misfortune.
once in a while, English degree, man, come.
It do
So
usually
that-
come
it do
to
usually
an
shine, so a lot of times, not them by themselves.
Yeah.
They fuck themselves up. It's them that like they are not doing, or they are not putting their best foot forward, or they are missing out one thing or two things they're supposed to be doing to change their situation. So I just wanted to just highlight those two sort of dynamics as far as self-entitlement. But it's definitely common in our society.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Nigerians specifically are some of the most entitled human beings on the face of this world.
I can give you just one. Yesterday I was driving. There was a lane. There's a lane. Like there's a reason why there's a lane, right? And then somebody just comes and wants to enter the lane that is not his lane. And then it starts to fight like you're supposed to give me space.
Exactly.
Like so, like my own me that I'm on my lane, I don't
You
matter.
don't have sense now.
No, it's not even like apart from that, I don't have say I don't matter. It's like you that where it is you are going to. Like you are the one. You're just
That one-
thinking
his own
about
matters more than you.
yourself.
It's where it's going to matter more than you. His car matters more than you. The petrol money you used to buy petrol matters than your own money that you used to buy petrol. Because Nigerians are fucking crazy.
Those are like
I have not seen in this. I never see, maybe I have not traveled well enough, but I don't think there are many places in this world where there's pedestrian bridge. You are not using the pedestrian bridge to cross the express. You are crossing the express, but you are shouting and abusing me that I'm driving. That I'm speeding too much because you want to run and cross the express. You could not wait for me to pass. You could not wait for the road to be a bit more freer. You could not use the fucking pedestrian bridge because that's why the bloody thing was built. But you're shouting at me,
if you hit them now,
cursing me out.
they will say
I am the one
my
in the
village
cow.
people.
I am the one in the tin box. You are the one on your two legs. It's like
Nothing
look,
is protecting
this
you.
will end worse for you, bro. Like, do you get? But Nigerians, they don't care. As long as they are walking past the road, the whole world should stop. So I think for sure in our society and in our community, like self-entitlement is a big deal. It's a huge thing. And I just feel like there's no basis for that. Like the world is not that kind for you to think that like you are deserving or something is owed to you. Like nobody owes you shit. Like people abandon their fucking babies that they carried for 9 months. I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying like those that do it for, circumstances or situations that are out of their hands, right? There are people that are like legit. From the onset, they're like, once I have this child, I'm going to go and put the child in refuge. There are people that their parents don't take care of them. There are people that their parents don't pay their school fees, give them an education. There are people that
Wait. Are you
don't do
saying
the
that
shit.
they are not entitled to like those kind of people? Are you saying like that they shouldn't be entitled to good education from their parents, for instance?
No, I'm saying even things that people are entitled to, they are not.
Okay, they are
seeing
not
it.
getting it.
I'm later
Okay,
say you that
okay,
you are not
okay.
even. We cannot even say for sure that you're entitled to the thing, and you're still feeling like you're entitled to the thing. Do you get it?
I think the thing with entitled people is that like they always think other people are more important than them. That's
Yep.
the
There's
core.
Yeah, there's a heavy duty selfishness to
Exactly.
it. Like, and the fucked up thing is that to them they have actually been selfless. They're like, oh, Moti Giato, I've gone through a lot, so the world should reward me with money. You understand? Like to them, they're like, oh, I've given everything already. I've done this, I've done that, I've gone through
So
these
I should get-
experiences, so I should, this is owed to me, or this is required for me, or and like I think this entitlement conversation came from I don't know if it was on social media or I've forgotten how we got the gist, but somebody went to club with their boyfriend. The boyfriend spent 2 million naira in the club.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
No, I think the person had asked the boyfriend for money, 200K or something like that, but he gave her 100K, and then they now went to the club.
Oh, after she asked for the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he had given her 100K, saying, I don't know what the story, maybe saying no, whatever it is, I don't know. But she had given 100 out of 200K. Then they went to the club and he spent 2 million in the club. So it now becomes So that means he had the 200K to give her. If he could go spend 2 million in the club, why didn't he give her? And the conversation is like, is she entitled to it? Like, is his money? Is she entitled to it? Is she not entitled to it? Should he have gotten the 200K? Should she not have gotten the 200K? All of that.
I don't got answer because
I think she should have gotten it.
I think subjectively, right? And again, I think this is something that like a lot of people struggle with, like the ability to, because you can't be entirely objective in all situations, granted, right? In most situations, but like you can be as objective as possible. You get? And I think human beings by nature, we are just not naturally predisposed to being objective. We tend to treat and look at everything from a subjective lens. So to this story, right? If I was the boyfriend, I probably would have given her the 200K. But that's me. Do you understand? If we are being objective, his money is his money.
It's his money.
Her money is her money.
They are dating now. Are they not partners? If you cannot help,
is this an employment?
It's not an employment. But if you cannot help, like,
I'm sorry, I've already given you half of the money.
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
You have it. You have it. Why are you not giving it?
I did not have it for you. I didn't make the 2 million naira for you.
I get that. I'm just saying that, like, if you can go and spend the 2 million in the club,
maybe my enjoyment.
And I'm asking you for 200K and give me 100K out of. So do you really like me though? Like, do you like, if I'm asking for the 200K and not giving me, and you're saying you're enjoying, like, I don't get, like, do you really love me? Do you really like me?
So the thing is that, like,
do you mean me well?
Well, maybe you need to go and look for somebody that's, you know.
Do you mean me
maybe
well?
You need to go outside and see. You need to experience people that will not even give you anything at all and still spend
No. But I'm talking about this is somebody that you claim to be in love with, or the person that you are dating. So if you can, I think the thing that ticked me off the most about this conversation is that the thing that the 2 million was used for, like, went to the club.
Exactly. No, but that is
to spray.
That
it's
is
like,
to
because
you.
you can decide not to go and spend that 2 million.
Yes, but that is to you. What I've spent the 2 million on is not so important to you. It does not matter. It doesn't have as much value to you. Do you understand? We all know people that, like, their life is outside, partying, turn up. Do you understand? That is what they care about. That's what fulfills them or makes them feel good about themselves or whatever, right? Some of us are not like that. So to us, we'll be like, the way these people are spending money does not make sense. But to them, that is their shit. So if I'm making, wait. If I'm making money, you now, maybe let's say the business or whatever it is you wanted the 200K for. Let's say, for example, like, what if it was to buy a wig? To me, I don't give a shit about wigs. So if you're asking for 200,
so you don't give a shit about how I look or how I want to be
is you that
as your girlfriend. I don't understand. But you're also
hair. Going
to the club to blow 2 million to feel.
Why do you know, I don't have a problem with your wig. Why do you have a problem with my turn up in the club?
Okuri buru.
Obìnrin buru no.
Men are weekend. They will
get. No.
Sora for
like, if you're giving it
to translate, beware of men.
No, if you're giving it a G, like,
well,
you are not entitled to somebody else, even if you are to get that. It's the same way. I
feel like you should. I feel like if you come and say, "Oh, I'm entitled," it's not cool. You never spoil rich. Like, you can say you're entitled to it because what you're asking for.
Nothing is. This is what I've said it.
Wait, nothing is compulsory.
I made them
nothing is compulsory.
Absolutely not. That you're in a social contract with someone.
So nothing.
Right?
So wait. So how do you?
Unless if we agreed before that, if you have business needs, I'll support you financially. Or if you need wig, I'll buy it for you. I'll put you inside house. I'll do this or I'll do that. Whatever, right? Unless we have that pre-agreed. But, like, you can't just wake up and just assume that whatever I have in my account, like, you don't know the plans I have.
But we don't know the context. You don't know those other small details or all those other small contexts.
So that's why I'm establishing the baseline that you should not even feel entitled to it in the first place. I can have money and not give you.
Why?
It's not compulsory.
Why?
It's your money.
I know it's your money, but, like, we're dating and you love me. Why can't you give me part of your money, or why can't you uplift me, even though you have the money? Like, what dating. Are you keeping it for?
We are dating, like, and we are together.
Okay, but you're keeping it for yourself.
Are you your own person or not?
I'm my own person, of course.
Exactly. Do you have your own money or not?
I have my own money now.
You have your own life, yes or no?
Yes, now.
If I want to burn my hand, is it your business?
It's not my business.
Will you tell me to stop?
You can also tell me if the roles were reversed too. You can also tell me that you need like, I'm not. It's not a one-sided thing.
Exactly.
What I'm saying now, it's not a one-sided thing. You can also go both. If it was the girl that also went to squander 2 million and her boyfriend needed 200k, I'm still going to have the same stance to say, at the very least, if you're going to the club to squander 2 million and somebody needs 200k for something, I think you should give me.
I like that you made that.
So it's not a matter of is the man or whatever. It's the relationship or the context.
You remember that at the top of when we started talking, I said if I was in the guy's shoes,
I get that.
I would give her the 200k, right? But at the same time, I'm saying even if the roles were reversed, as you just said now, if the guy is one that needs 200k, if you were the guy,
you would understand, right? If the roles were reserved, that's what you're like. That to reserve the roles. If you were the guy, you understand why she can't give you 100k.
I would feel some type of way. If it was me, at the end of the day, though, I'll still be like, "It's her money. She can't do whatever."
But it's okay for you to feel some type of way now.
If she says this money now, for example, right? Let me give you an example that like is super relatable to me. That like I would actually feel some type of way, right? I need 200k for whatever business. I want to buy something, whatever it is, right? My babe has 2 million naira or whatever amount of money, right? She gives me 100k out of it. First of all, my mind is blown that she has given me 100k. I'm super happy, right? That at least 50% is already sorted, right? Then after that, maybe the weekend, we go to Owambe, our Shoebi is like 650k. She buys all these jewelry to turn up for her friend, whatever, hair, wig, makeup, everything. She spends like 2 million on this Owambe that we go to, right? I'll be like, God damn.
So you had money.
So you had this money, wow, right? The first day or maybe the first couple hours, I will feel some type of way initially. But me being me, I also think about it and like, if you come to what is low.
You are a different person, Sha.
Like, because it's not, at the end of the day,
you are an alien.
I get the sentiments, right?
Yes, because the sentiments is the core of the matter.
What if now, this money that she has, maybe she has to endure a lot of harassment in the office, or maybe her boss is a dick, right? I don't know what kind of sacrifices, what she goes through, or whatever else so why am I feeling like, oh, because we are together, this money, I'm also it's part of my money, or you must be able to give me as long as you have it. Do you get? No,
I think at the end of the day, I get you.
It should not be
I do agree with you on some parts. Nothing is a must, right? It's not a must. But are there things that should happen? Or are there things that, like, at least just because, I mean, like you said, oh, you don't know what the person is using the money for, whatever. Like, at the end of that already shows that I don't know what you're doing with who you're dating. Like, if you don't know how the money is coming in, or like how they're, like, at the very least, you know how they have this 2 million. For you to be able to go to club and squander this 2 million or whatever, or for you to even be upset about them spending the 2 million, you know where it's coming from. There's already, again, sentiment is part of it. Like, sentiment is not the main thing, but it's also part. Let's not remove the sentiment out of it, because these are two people that are dating. We're not strangers. It's not friends. It's not, you have to understand that's key. I think that's also one of the key things, right? About the fact that, okay, this person spent this to me, and then this is somebody that you are in a partnership with, or you are partnered with, or you are dating. I think, except you're just saying, people that are dating, okay, even if you are individual, whatever, you can all do your thing. Even if your boyfriend or girlfriend is suffering, it doesn't really matter, because once you share OCLO.
Bruh, as you already know, as someone that's very close to me, this is my own stance in life. Okay, whether I'm my brother, whether you're somebody's sister,
anybody can get it.
No, it's not even that. You're somebody's parents. You are somebody you are dating. You are married. Whatever the fuck it is. At the end of the day, everybody, you are both individuals. Do you understand? You are both living your lives. Yes, there are aspects of your life that are conjoined, but everybody has secrets. Everybody has things that are personal to them, that are outside of whoever they are with, or their family, or their job, or whatever social circles they belong to. Everybody has those moments where they are on their own, either in the dark or in the light, or they're listening to music, or they're like, it's just them. Do you get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we have something that joins us together, but we are still separate entities. You can decide to move along this way in your life. I can decide to move along this way in my life. I can decide to take this job.
So where does alignment come into play? Okay, sorry.
You can decide that you want to start wearing tiro. Or you can decide that you want to start using turari. You can decide that you want to start wearing boots. Or not start wearing only slippers. Or not wear jeans again. Or not wear skirt. Whatever, right? Everything still comes down to individual preferences. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you eat what you like. You spend time where you like. You spend your money on what you like, right? So while I understand the sentiments, the two people involved in the friendship, in the marriage, in the brotherhood and sisterhood, in the family, you are still individual people, right? And you still move according to your terms. We need to kill this thing of that, like, oh, because we are friends, or because we are family, or because this thing, somebody definitely owes you something. If that was the case, if that was the universal truth, we would not have people that are giving up their children. We'll not have people that are supposed to take care of their kids but are not doing that. We'll not have people that are cheating on their partners in relationships. None of this shit. This compulsoriness is implied. It's we that are, it's humanity, society that have created it, that if I'm dating you, you must be able to do this.
So let me ask you a question.
At the end of the day, it is all relative. If you're in a situation and you're with somebody and like their money means that much to you, be with somebody that will allow you to be touching their money as you like. Do you understand?
Of course, now.
Me, nobody's going to think they're entitled to my money because I don't think I'm entitled to your money. If you decide to help me, decide to support me, great. I love it. Thank you very much. That's why I have you in my corner. But if you don't, I feel like it's unfair to just feel like because you did not help me. Because what about the other ways that this person? What do we know whether?
But wait, how can you say it's unfair in one breath and also say you get it if the person feels some kind of way? Why do you feel some kind of way if you think it's unfair?
This is the thing. The reason why, I think, in my opinion, I think why you're taking your stance is because how this act makes you feel emotionally is your signpost. I'm saying that is not my signpost. That's why I said the emotion will happen. You feel jealous or you feel pain or you feel whatever, but like your emotion should not be what guides.
All right. So I want to ask you a question based on this thing you have said about individual, regardless of what you are and whatever. So are you saying that even if you are in partnership with whatever, your individuality comes first and your individuality should take precedence over whatever it is or whoever it is you're in the relationship with or you're building anything with?
What I'm saying is, if you have a problem, my job is not to solve the problem for you. My job is to help you, support you in any way I can to solve the problem. But the solving, hitting the nail, is you that I can help you find.
But what if you can solve it though?
That's what I'm saying. I can help you find it. Even if I can solve it, I can. But I'm saying I'm not. It's not compulsory.
It's not obligated for you.
No, it should not be.
All right, I hear you. So
everybody is meant to figure out your shit.
So how do you
I'm
now?
supposed to help.
So how do you now come
and support you?
How do you now come with
this is
people?
Why people don't have healthy relationships.
No. I'm saying, so how do you now come with people like where you say, oh, you need help from somebody, or you want to, how do I say, like you want to, like this person is in your corner, you know that you can always meet this person for help or whatever like that. Like if you're taking the stance that you're an individual person and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do regardless of your relationship, how do you have people in your corner to help you with stuff? How do you feel like somebody can help you with stuff?
My job is to support you, help you in any way that I can. But ultimately,
you can choose not to help too.
My job is to support you and help you.
But can you choose not to help too? Okay, I get you. But can you also choose not to help? Because if you're saying,
if I'm your friend,
as an individual, even if you can help, you are choosing not to help because I'm not entitled to you helping me. Are you? Okay. Is that also?
So first of all, I'm saying this is extremely unique to me, right? I'm not saying that this is what everyone should practice. Your job is to help, but you're not obligated to. See, nothing is compulsory in this life. Like, this thing is a farce. Do you understand? Anybody can. This is why, it's because of these expectations and this thing that we have on other people. That's why we have the issues that we have in our interpersonal relationships. Do you get? Now, that, again, this is extremely unique to me. If I was in these kind of situations, I believe that my job is to help and support whoever it is that I'm in a relationship, I'm dating, my friends, whatever, right? But I don't think that they should feel entitled to it. I'm the kind of person that will give it, I'll offer it. Sometimes, most times, if you don't even ask, do you get? But I tell my best, my only problem is when you now start feeling like, oh, you are supposed to. Do you know why? Do you know why I feel this way? Because I've had friends, I've had people that I dated, family members that I had this same idea of, and they decided to do what they wanted to do, what suited them, what paid them, what worked out for them in that situation, in that context. Do you get? And I'm just here suffering in pain, whatever, like, because this person, because my expectation, this entitlement that I have to their time or their service or their love or their care or their support or whatever has been crushed. But if you're operating with that, yes, if I get it, glory be to God, I love it, I love you more, I'll definitely find a way to pay you back or show you that I appreciate it, whatever. Yes. But if I'm operating that, like, I'm not old. Do you understand? It's the attachment we are talking about. It's like this thing where you feel like, let me read that definition again. It says, the belief that one is inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment. You feel like inherently, because we are dating, you are deserving of my money. Do you understand? That is
So
a
I'm not
subjective,
deserving of your
that
money
is a
because we are
subjective
dating you.
choice. Do you understand?
So I'm not deserving of your money because I'm
It's a
dating.
subjective
Men are
choice.
wicked though.
You can't, like,
You are deserving of my money if you are dating me. Oh, please come and date me. I'll give you my money. If you do, give and take. I think at the end of the day,
I know you're joking, right?
I'm not joking.
Okay.
I think at the end of the day,
But this thing that you're saying now is why we also don't have these conversations enough. Because people tend to, like, you've now stripped it down to, oh, because we are dating, I'm not deserving of your money. But
that's what you said now. Is that not the importance? Is that not the example you gave?
Economy is what I'm saying. It's not owed to you by virtue of the fact that.
Do you think that the person you are dating, they are owed, respect or love or things like that? Do you think that like they are owed by virtue of dating you? Like, what are the things that you think, they are owed? Like, because can somebody you're dating now just, I don't know, come and tell you, oh, I'll see you, or not call you, or say, I'll see you in next 2 days.
This is why I said again. This is why I'm saying that this thing that we say, that what you are saying, I think somebody is owed respect is subjective. Do you understand? Because even within respect, there's varying levels, right? So somebody now, what you consider respect, right? If you are with somebody and the person is treating you that way that you consider respect, right? They are being respectful to you. The way you consider being supportive, they are being supportive to you. That very same person can be with somebody else and do the exact same thing that worked for you, that you loved, that whatever.
And it will not, of course,
and it will not be enough, or it will be too much. Do you get what I'm saying? So we are not talking about the basics. We're not talking about the baseline.
So I want to ask you one question to just wrap this up, right? Okay. So are there things that you think people are entitled to just because they are, your friends, or you're in a relationship with them, or they're your parents? And if not, you can talk about it. And if yes, you can mention like samples of things that you think, oh, they are entitled to simply because XYZ.
I think if you have a kid, if you decide to have a kid or kids, I think you should take care of them. But as human history and life has shown, people don't have to do that. Like, what I'm trying to say here is that Awala decide. It's we that created this thing that like, this thing has to happen. Do you understand?
But like, there's not going to be order in the world if these things don't happen now.
What is happening is that we are neglecting the fact that like, what we consider option, what we consider choice is actually not what it is. Do you get? Because people do have this option and this choice to not do those things. Do you get?
You have not answered my question, Sha.
Like I said, if you have kids, you definitely should take care of your kids.
But it's not compulsory for you to take care of it. And
you are not taken care of, move on. Do you understand? Like,
If
yes.
you're a kid and you're not move on from where?
If you're a kid and you're not taken care of,
move on to
figure
where?
That shit out.
Who, a kid? I don't get. What are you saying?
What I mean is that, as in, maybe your daddy was not there or your mommy was not around or whatever. Figure as in when were you?
No, you said if you are a kid.
And I said if you have kids, take care of them. What I'm trying to say is that like if you were the kind of
you
kid
need to
that
clarify, because you're like if you are a kid and you're not taken care of.
Okay, sorry.
You're saying if you were a kid that was not taken care of.
Yes.
Not if you are a kid that is not taken care of.
Yes, I feel like moving. When I say move on, is a bit antagonistic. But like what I'm trying to say is that like we have preconceived notions based on society and culture of like how the world should be and how things should go, right? The reason why some people are like, the world is against me, just like when we were talking earlier about like self-entitlement, right? And the reason why some people can feel that way is because that's what they know, that's what they've been socialized to think, and like, you get. But I'm saying that we need to take a step back and look at things. Maybe it's an overly too much of a realism perspective on this topic of entitlement, right? Maybe that's what it is, right? But I'm just trying to say that like, there's what we believe and what we think we're entitled to, or what we are used to. What we are used to is parents who take care of their kids. People that are dating will support each other and take care of each other and like, pay for each other's things, support each other with money.
They don't have to do that, Sha.
Blah, 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 blah,
blah. You're saying.
That is what we know to be reality and to be fact, right? But what I'm saying is that there's also the other side. Just like showing this, I have the perfect thing. I have the perfect metaphor and breakdown. You know how we always say, or as we just said earlier on this podcast, that life, there's nowhere in life where it's just all the time. It's always up and down.
Of course.
I feel like when it comes to relationships and interpersonal relationships, maybe it's human nature, maybe it's socialization, I don't know. But we just tend to always expect these things, right? Yeah, they respect you in this way, they support you in this way, they this in this way, they this in this way. But at the end of the day, the reality of the situation is the only thing that you have control over, that you can influence, is your own action, what you do, whether you care for them, whether you support them, whether you give them money or you don't give them money, right?
Yeah.
You have zero, absolutely zero. You might be entitled, you might feel like you deserve something, but you have zero control over it. The same way the kid does not have control over whether their parents take care of them or not. The same way, I don't have any other example, right?
Anyways,
but basically, the point is that
it's okay. You've been talking for the past 30 minutes.
I have not been talking. We've
You
both
have
been talking.
actually.
We've both been
There has
talking.
not been talking for the past 30
We've
minutes.
both
Only
been
him.
talking,
Talk.
We've both been talking. Don't do that.
But I'm
We've both been
serious.
talking.
Yeah, you've been talking.
But-
No.
At the end of the day, like, I also understand, like, this is a very contrarian perspective. Like, it won't flow with everybody.
Of
And that's
course.
fine. Like, if you feel like you deserve your partner's money, right? Your partner does not deserve to go and spend 2 million in the club when they couldn't give you 200k, even though they gave you 100k out of it. That's all well and good. So I, for example, I would not get involved with.
You
someone
don't feel that
feels
way.
entitled to my money, because
That's
I
fine.
don't feel entitled to anybody's. To be honest, I don't even feel entitled to somebody's. Like, even if we are together, we are married, whatever. I don't feel entitled to your time.
Okay, that's good.
I don't feel entitled to anything. Do you get?
That's
Whatever
good.
I'm getting, in fact, it's even good. I think it's even greater, because I feel like the way I feel is whatever I'm getting, it means that this is a conscious choice. You're not doing it because you are obligated to, because you think that's what you're entitled to, that's what this person is entitled to. You get what I'm saying? You are making the choice to give me money. I'm making the choice to support me in this way or to care about me in this way. Do you understand? So to me, that's a better value prop than you are supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to give your partner money, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. Do you understand? So if it works for you, at the end of the day, if it works for you, do it. If it doesn't work for you, say okay. Go do bello. Do you understand? But I feel like because we've got into like this relationships and interpersonal thing, we've not even really talked about like the other like soft ways, should I say that? So self-entitlement shows, like I've heard stories of people that will give beggar 15 naira. The beggar will be like, just 15 naira. You get. Or police will stop you on the road, you give them 200, they'll say it's too small. Do you understand? Like, show she shares me long.
You give me the money. Were you there?
Like
when I was doing the work?
Away from even the private, like the closer, like friendship, marriage, like type of relationships, like especially in this Nigeria, like just regular people. You tip somebody and like you see their body language, like this is the small tip that you're giving me. I'm like, you're crazy. Like I don't owe you this shit. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, they've said that I've been talking too much on this episode, so let me keep talking. Over
thank
to
you.
you.
We finished
The
it
less
off.
spoken.
No, you have spoken. He has spoken. Anyways, everything you have said, all well and good, nice. I have a different opinion, like I've been saying. Like here, I feel like, if as a person, if you feel like following the example, like if you were the babe, the Tony, like you should feel like, yeah, this person has done something bad, or this person did not rate me. Like I feel like there's also some level of rating, like some level of standards.
But why is that attached
that you
to
put
money?
something that you put? I'm just using the example. I'm focusing on the example
Yeah, but that's
that we're using.
We are talking about
It's the same thing. Like
example
even if it's love, even if it's respect or whatever, I feel like you should feel, yes, I am deserving of this. Like just by virtue of I'm in a relationship with you, or you're my sister or whatever, and things like that. Yes, individuality comes through. Yes, you're free to do whatever it is that you want to do. But I feel like if
But
somebody,
you're not free though,
if somebody does you
because
bad
I
like
must
that,
give you 200k.
no, if
I
somebody
have
does
2
you bad like that,
million.
you should feel some type of way about it, right? And it can linger for as much as you want to, because you try to make the example, I can feel bad about it for a couple of hours or whatever. Like you're allowed to feel bad about it for as long as you want
I
to feel
agree.
bad about it, right? And yes, depending on like, I don't know what the other context is, but just by virtue of like the kind of relationship you have with the person, I feel like there are some things that you should be entitled to, right?
Such as?
I mean, respect, helping people out, helping them out if you can. Like, because you said you your job is to try to help out, like not solve your problem, but I can also decide not to help out. I think if you're deciding not to help out, like, is that person really your person? Like, if you can really help out and you're just deciding by virtue of, you know what, you're not entitled to me helping you out, so fuck you and fuck that.
I mean, if somebody is deciding
so
based on
that's my own,
that is fucked up. But like,
all
somebody
of that,
not helping you does not necessarily translate to like how they rate you. Or again,
I know now we've done an episode on what was that episode called again? God, I can't remember the name. But just like, when you've done enough for family and friends, like when people who are people that you have in your corner that can keep coming back, or like, you know, do people feel like they can always come back to you because they know you're always going to give and
yes,
give
and
give
on that
give.
episode we spoke about how people's like where the problem comes is when people start feeling like you owe them that thing.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's not very different.
I feel like at the end of the day, like, well, to be honest, generally, I do agree with you. Like, nobody owes anybody anything, right? And that's like a very up there kind of view, right? But then again, just because, and you're also saying that because you're a kind person, because you did say at the beginning that if you're in that shoes, you probably give the person the 200k as opposed to like going to squander. But you have to understand, like, generally,
don't say squandering.
Okay,
it's
sorry.
Just
as opposed to going to the club
Yeah,
to spray it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that, like, if there are a lot of people that hold this view, there are not a lot of kind people in the world. People will just see that as an avenue to just, how do I say it, like, be bad people to just anybody, just because they feel like, I don't owe you anything, so I can be a ridiculous person, I can be a bad person, I can be, because it's not everybody that is just that self-discerning to be able to say, you know what, regardless, I understand the choice that I have. The people I interact with understand the choice that they have. They know that what is what, right? And I would come to when I come to. They know that it's not from a bad place. They know it's not a matter of entitlement. But it's not everybody.
But do they know though?
No, I'm saying, I don't know if they do. I'm just saying.
You're talking about from the person that is doing the giving, right? I'm talking about from the person that's doing the receiving, right? Like,
yeah.
But do they know though?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying based
that's where
on.
this thing comes from. That's why I've formulated that opinion in such a drastic
because a lot of people
way.
will see it as an avenue to just be mean. Like, you have to understand that there are not a lot of people that you meet that would just like be, how do I say, like, just start well grounded to say, oh, you know what, we all know choice, everything, but you know, say I feel do this one for you if I can do it. And even though I don't do it and you ask me for this and I go to the club to spray 2 million, or I should not say squander, to whatever 2 million, spend 2 million or whatever, you know that is my own, like, it's not, how do I say it, it's not from a place of I'm using it to do you bad. It's from a place of my own.
We are saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying like the same way, yeah, like the ideal scenario is that exists. The opposite also exists. Do you remember one voice note that I was showing you one time? That the lady asked her family member for money and the person said they don't have. Mm-hmm. And then the lady sent the voice note like, hey, shalom, can you call, like, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, if she came, because evidently you could tell that like that person had helped that lady many times before. Do you get what I'm saying? But she did not see all of that. The only thing she's focusing saw was on that particular one time. Whereas if she was operating with the MO that, like, just like you have said now, that if this person has, they'll surely help me. If they can afford it, they'll surely help me. Do you get what I'm saying? It's the story that we're talking about is the same thing. We don't know in what other ways the guy has been supporting the girl or helping the girl. Do you get what I'm saying? But like, she's mad about this one instance. Do you get? And the reason why she's mad is because there's that, we have this culture of this is what's supposed to happen, and until something, that thing that's supposed to be happening, until it stops happening, we are all good. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that, like, let's move with the idea that like you are not owed this thing. Yes, people will do things and they'll be kind or they'll support you or they'll give you money, whatever, because they feel like that's what you're supposed to do, or like they care about you to that degree. Or in fact, I feel like when you don't feel entitled to it, you appreciate it more. Do you understand? Like when people give me money, if it's not money I did not ask for or more, it's like gold in my eye. Like the way I feel so glad, I'm so happy. Like I thank God that like I have this kind of people. It doesn't happen often. Some of my friends people need to do better. Okay. But like I feel like it makes you, because you know that like when you feel, it's like salary. One of the definitions of entitlement, right? If your salary does not enter, you are like, what the fuck is going on? Do you get? You're asking your employer rather, like, hello, did I not work for you for 30 days? Do you get what I'm saying? But if it's something that one is like you put in the work, there's a direct interaction, equal and opposite, right? But that's something that you can make your claim on, you can demand, do you understand? But social situations, social relationships are not that way. It's not always so black and white. Do you get? With salary, it's very straightforward. You do your job, you fulfill your JD, meet your KPIs. At the end of the month, salary enter. Straightforward, right? So in fact, sometimes if you don't even need to hit your KPIs, sometimes you don't even hit your KPIs and you still get paid. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
But in this situation, this is you saying that not because you are caring, not because you are respectful, not because you are supportive, not because you help them with money sometimes, just because I say, will you be my girlfriend? You say yes. That means you're not entitled to my money. Happen.
Collect my money. Anyways.
Do you get?
Long and short of all of this
coming from, like,
we hear you.
On the opposite side.
We hear where you're coming from.
Like, we also have to think that way, that like we are not, you're not entitled to things just because. Like, when it happens, great, all well and good, very good for you. You should definitely make sure that they don't regret it. That's another thing, safe. Because some people just, because somebody helps you, the person always help you, like they just start taking it for granted. Do you understand? I think we've spoken about that on the show too before. Like, people just start taking the fucking piss. But when everybody's operating with the fact that nothing is owed to me, you get, like, everything is earned. You get me? Then we will all be, I always say that, like, our purpose, everybody's purpose in this life, in my own belief, in my opinion, is that we are all here to make the world a better place. And by the world, I mean the people around you, your friend, your neighbor, your colleagues at work. Be nice, be good. If everybody was operating on that vibe, nobody will be feeling entitled to anything now. Do you get what I'm saying? You will not say, oh, Toripo Shefumileni, so you're an evil person. Because entitlement always extracts the majority of the good bits and come and settle on that one time that you said no. You get? So it's clear from the onset. That's so at the end of the day, if you feel like you're the kind of person that's entitled to, your boyfriend's money or your husband's money, like, they have to give you the money as long as they have it, regardless of their own situation or what they have going on, then look for a man or a woman that is also of the same vibe. You understand? And I'm sure people will live happily ever after. Hopefully. And if your case is different, look for if you're like me like this now, that, look for somebody, woman or whatever, that, they don't feel entitled to your money. They don't feel like you must give them money because you're like in a relationship, But also, if you can be good, if you can be kind to people, if you can help people, if you can support people, please do it, okay? It costs nothing. The world needs more of it. I'm going to shut up now. Thank you guys so much for listening. Do we have any recommendations for the people? Because this one's already using me to press phone.
Sorry.
Sorry for your daddy. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, the core of it is that you don't be self-centered, right? Because self-entitled rather. Because at the end of the day, when we talked about self-entitlement, it's like you feel every other person's feelings or whatever they put forward does not matter. You just see yourself.
Just your own thing.
Just see yourself.
You need 200k, so fuck whatever.
Yeah,
else.
so that's really the message here, is understanding that, like, it's not about you. Do you understand? Like, you can't just put yourself, like, make yourself be at the forefront and feel like, oh, you have to give me this, or I deserve this, or XYZ. Like said in those other definitions, is your right, it's because you've earned it and all of that. So you have to also understand it from that angle. And sometimes I also understand that people don't know that they are being self-entitled, right? They just feel like, based on the point I've been making earlier, like, oh, I might feel like, oh, you know what, I'm entitled to it and XYZ, but I might be putting my self-entitlement forward at the detriment of what you really need. Maybe you're using the 2 million in the club to secure connect. Maybe you're doing it because you want some connection, or you're doing it because there's something else that the 2 million is going to
Or maybe
bring.
you had a rough week. Maybe you had
You understand?
and you just
So-
need to turn up.
You can't, because of that, like, as the other person feel like, the other person's feeling like the person that is spending 2 million, their feeling doesn't matter. So it has to be like yourself. That's why somebody wants to cut the line on traffic. That's why somebody wants to like remove your mirror. That's why somebody wants to cross the road and they won't use the pedestrian bridge. And if they hit them, they will start making noise because they feel like the person that is driving the car does not have sense.
Do you get?
So they are putting their own self forward. Like they're not thinking about the
that's
person driving the car. That maybe this person is coming from.
Do you
Maybe
get?
the speed
Maybe
that the
not
person is
the
coming
traffic.
from.
Maybe you not even the traffic for like 4 hours in the
You
day.
understand?
Or maybe
And
he's even tired.
obviously
You don't know.
there's an overhead bridge there for a reason, right? So you can, you know,
get?
essentially
the person
blame
in the
them.
car is basically the person with the 2 million.
So
And
yeah.
the person crossing the road is basically the person that needs the 200k. Do you get what I'm saying?
So you just
you
need
should
to
not feel like if the person
Yeah.
waits for you, the person slows down for you to cross. It should be that's good, but you should not feel like you're entitled to
They're
them
entitled
slowing
to.
down for you.
Yeah, so
No.
that's the message really. Thanks a lot, guys, for rocking with us.
Recommendations.
Recommendation. I don't have any recommendation for this week. But yeah, do you have any? I don't have any recommendation. Oh wait, I mean I have recommendation. Drink water and mind your business. You know. So you can have
That's
clear
what you put us back for.
so you can have clear skin and you know everything can senge menge in your life. Recommendation
Nonsense.
from you.
Well, at the risk of NTLE looking for me, Efagbo. That's my recommendation. Efagbo, my reply. Okay. You people did not hear me say that, Sha. So thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Thanks everyone.
Make sure that as you go out into the week, Fagbo, gel, and Dobo, okay?
What the hell?
Peace be unto y'all. Till next time. Peace out.